Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be covering Reputation, specifically Ordo University. And as you can see here, this is a prestige quest that I am working on. There are 4 regionals, and the reason why you really want to do these prestige quests is because you'll get to a point in the campaign that you need loyalty tokens. Now, you only get a couple loyalty tokens every 48 hours per faction that you are at least honored in. You have to be at least honored and at least level 25 to obtain the prestige quests. Now, if you do not make it this far in the storyline, by like day 4-ish, you still want to be honored by then. So, how you approach this is you go through and you do all the reps, which I'll cover later in the video for each area. So, for Ordo, it is mushrooms and it is haunted fragments. So each day of these you can do up to 3 turn-ins each, per item per faction. So you can do 6 turn-ins per city, and there's 2 items in each city, so 3 of each, 6 turn-ins, 600 rep. You need 5,000 rep to become honored to enable the prestige quest. And once you enable the prestige quest, you'll have to run around and do these regionals that I'm actually doing right now. And for this one, I had to do 3 combat regionals, and I had to do 1 mini boss. So the mini boss for the Ordo region is actually the Divine Shield Maiden. So all you got to do is you got to run up, interact with her, talk to her a little bit, because you actually cannot attack until you do the little talk with her, and then you can actually engage. And then once you actually defeat her, she is going to give you a divine box, which is pretty trash after, the beginner's levels. The first time you kill her, if you're brand new to the game, you might get a couple pieces of gear that might last you a couple levels, but other than that, the box is useless. You will, however, have a 50% chance of getting a Divine Shield Maiden essence or drop that is used in crafting. I highly suggest selling those on the market. They do go, and it's easy seeds. And then after that, I will take you down and show you where to actually grind the rep items. So these mushrooms are actually one of the combat regionals that you need to do. Sometimes they're foot pads that the mushrooms are fighting that they're in combat with. It makes for actual a really easy leveling area when you're low level, because the mobs are initially distracted. However, once you get to this zone, you can kind of tag everything, or whatever class you are. If you're a berserker or ranger, most people have pretty big AoEs. So on my mage, what I like to do is I like to kind of just pull everything close to me, and then we meteor absolutely everything, and then all the reps, laying on the ground. And soon as I kill these big ones are a little tanky. They actually hurt a little bit. So when you pull big, they could be dangerous. But you'll see I get all them little mushroom caps. Those are what you need to turn in the rep. I believe you either need 6 or 8 of them. I forget off the top of my head. Maybe even 7. I personally, what I do is I stay out here until I have 200 items, and really that's only about 20 minutes. I like to make sure I have, a week or 2 worth of rep items and turn-ins in each rep area. So I'll come out here and, just grind away. Another really pro tip, though, is when you're out here, when you see people, just invite them to a party, because any mob that they kill, you also can get a rep item from. So you can have a level 5 or a level 6 here for the main storyline, out here killing mushrooms, a little bit away from you. They'll be getting experience because you're absolutely slaughtering everything, so they're likely to stay around a little bit longer, and you get a lot of rep from it. So it's a really good way to grind rep, and you can also do that with the haunted fragments as well. I just invite everybody and everybody's happy. So this is going to be the area that the haunted fragments are in. And you also go through here in the main storyline. So when you're going through here in the main storyline, if you're doing it for the first time, once again I suggest just inviting random people and collecting all the haunted fragments these guys drop. You can farm a couple levels here. It's actually farming the rep items. If you're watching this before you've completed your first character, and you just come across this video, rep items are something you should start on the first day. And this is actually an area where you can grind out 2 to 3 levels, get a bunch of rep items, and help you get past that XP wall that everybody talks about from 17 to 19. So if you grind this early game, it can help you later and save you a lot of time grinding rep. But once again, just like the mushrooms, when I'm actually out here, I just kind of tag everything, let it circle up, pop everything, and then meteor it all down. And there you go, there's a bunch of rep items. You could see you get these haunted fragments. Those haunted fragments are what you need for the rep. And if this guy's up and you haven't done it for the day, make sure to come out and just tag him real quick and kill him. He gives skill XP. Skill XP is never bad. You do want to max out every single one of your trees. It's just needed. And you get all the passives from doing so. So once he's down, I actually like going directly to the east. There's 2 packs over here. There's this one here that I'm starting to tag, which is good. And then there's this one that's almost like 2 packs conjoined. However, if you pull them correctly, you can come down here, and before everything from the middle aggroes, you can run up here, pull everything on your mount, and as long as the ones from the bottom haven't passed the middle yet, they won't leash back. You can see one of them did, but then you just round them up, and once again AoE these down, and you can actually see how big this pack is. There's a lot to loot here. And then easy haunted fragments. And then that's really it for the haunted fragments. Once again, like I said, I'll cover it again. Make sure you invite people. Like, inviting people seems tedious, but there could be people almost all the way through this entire broken down Coliseum on all the sides killing things. And if you're getting a bunch of XP tags, even though the XP is irrelevant at this level, you know to run over there real quick, and there could be 15-20 haunted fragments chilling over on the other side for you, and same thing for them. They could be on the other side doing their thing, and then they run over here and see the multiple packs of stuff you've killed. It just benefits everybody, so I highly suggest doing that. And remember, you'll only really have to do this rep farm. Well, it depends on how you approach it. Some people like getting the bare minimum and coming back out every single day and doing it. I don't. I find that's very time inefficient. So I like to, spend some time out here, maybe an hour grabbing everything, but not have to come back for a couple weeks. That'll allow you to just teleport around from city to city to city and do all your rep turn-ins in 3 minutes, and then not have to worry about actually killing. So once you have enough fragments and everything, obviously go to a teleport, and you're going to want to go back to the main city. Right by the teleporter is actually the prestige quest. You could see I turned in, I completed every single regional, and the side quest is also ready to be completed. So as soon as this loads, I'll actually show you real quick where to do the turn-ins, just in case you weren't sure where the haunted fragments or the mushrooms were turned in at. And then I'll show you the prestige box and quest, and I think that'll cover it for Ordo. Okay, so right by this notice board is the side quest turn-in for the repeatables. And you see you turn in all these. By the way, you can only do 3 of each day. It does say that you could turn in like 12 or however many worth of fragments you have. That is not the case. It does cap out at 3. So then you run in here, you cross this little pond, you step right on their flowers, kill all their greenery, they don't care. And then you talk to this guy, and then he's like, hello, you're the master. And then he gives you this box. And this box really isn't that great a loot. It's mainly for the loyalty tokens. Don't get me wrong, you can get some decent things out of it. Most of them are upgraded already though, so the best thing you'll really get out of them is God rolled. You have a slim possibility to get things that are unupgraded, that are sellable, but most of them are doo doo. But the main things you're looking at is there is a mount, there is some star seed you can get, some dye, but you really want them loyalty tokens. Those loyalty tokens are the main reason why you're doing this. But hope this helped. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for next video, make sure that I leave that in the comments as well. And thank you guys for tuning in.